Hello and welcome! I am Biredu, coach of the Atacama Tyranitars, and today I bring you week 3 of BHDL against Lionel, coach of the Brawling Conkeldurrs. So we're sitting at a 1-1, but we're currently, I think, 14th on the league because our differential is so bad after our week 1 loss against Draymond. But Lionel is actually 0-2, so we're both desperate for a win, hopefully with a good differential, so it can propel us to better positions in the league. So this league, as I mentioned at the beginning, it's going to only have 8 weeks of round robin, so differential is going to be crucial, and we need to prove that in order to qualify for playoffs. So without further ado, I'm going to present you with the matchup this week. So this is the matchup. Lionel's team has Regieleki, Volcarona, Fesendibity, Orsifu Single Strike, Sinistra, which is actually one of his third captains, the Mighty and Tyranitar, which I hopefully comes, and if it comes, I hope it does well, but not so well, so we lose. Conkeldurrs, which was actually his first pick, and another third captain, Brawling and Snorlax. So as you can see here, his team is not so fast. His only fast mon is actually Regieleki, which I hope it comes, because as I'm going to be telling you later, GARCHOMP is super good against it. But other than that, his team is fairly slow. Volcarona is a dangerous mon because it can set up in front of us and potentially sweep. Urshifu Single Strike is always a threat. It can be Choice Scarf, which would actually outspeed everything if we're not Choice Scarf ourselves. And the other mon that is pretty scary is actually Conkeldurrs, because Conkeldurrs has a lot of coverage. It hits like a truck, however, it's super slow. But it's actually one of his third captains, so we need to keep that in mind. And if you watched last week's battle between Almond and Lionel, Sinistra actually put up a good work there. It almost swept Almond's entire team, so we need to be wary of that as well. So I'm going to be showing you now what we cooked for Lionel. First off, we have Screamtail, Nats carrying the Light Click, and Dazzling Gleam, Reflect, Light Screen, and M Encore. So this moveset is fairly straight up. Screamtail is going to be our main special wall, and it's going to be a screener with an Encore in order to prevent those setup opportunities from Sinistra, also from Volcarona, because if we Anchor after it sets Quiver Dance, we actually don't take that much damage, especially if we are behind light screen. So this setup is going to be helping us set up actually with Mixerido, our GARCHOMP, carrying Leftovers this week, and Earthquake Crunch, Substitute, and Sword Stance. So why this set, you might ask? GARCHOMP is actually faster than everything but Regieleki this week, barring of course any Choice Scarf from Lionel. So the only thing that worries me is that Volcarona can actually burn us, and I think Sinistra can actually strength sap us, so Substitute is really good against those. We can, if we set I think 2 Sword Stance, we will actually one hit KO pretty much everything he wants to throw at us, and Earthquake and Crunch is perfect coverage. So Earthquake actually hits everything for super effective damage except for Brawling and Sinistra, but we have Crunch for that. So I expect GARCHOMP to do super well. I actually mocked a few battles against Almond, and GARCHOMP was doing fairly well into his team. So next up we have my Slakenut, our Milotic, carrying the Marble Scalability and Flame Orb. I know I brought this thing a couple of times already with the same set, which is called Ice Beam, Recover and Flip Turn, but it's actually super good. Slakenut is going to be our um, defensive wall, physically defensive wall this time, but with Scald and Ice Beam, we hit like pretty much everything for neutral or super effective damage in Lionel's team. I was initially considering bringing Draining Keys to instead of Recover in order to deal some damage to Urshifu single strike, but I was missing Recover more than I was taking advantage of that Draining Keys, because I think if he sees I bring in Melodic, he's going to switch out with the Urshifu, and I'm not going to be having the option to recover that much. And finally, flip turn in order to have a slow pivot to go into Garchomp potentially. So what I didn't mention from Garchomp actually is that if he brings Regieleki, that's 3 setup fodder for Garchomp actually. So he brings Regieleki, tries to full switch or Thunderbolt, I bring Garchomp, he switches out as a substitute, and I get a free Sword Stance to wreak some havoc on his team. So next up we have Brood Bonnet, our water boy, carrying Life Orb. It's going to be actually a fairly offensive mon this week. Not like last week, which was physically offensive. It's going to be Terra Fairy, and our move pool is going to be Crunch, Close Combat, Stomping Tantrum, and Spore. So the Terra Fairy is like an emergency button against that Urshifu single strike, and Crunch, Close Combat, and Stomping Tantrum should hit everything for neutral damage. So a really big problem for Brood Bonnet this week is actually Volcarona, which I expect to come because it's fairly good into my team. And Stomping Tantrum is going to be helping us actually deal damage to that thing, not touching it so we don't get burned. Spore works wonders against his team because he has fairly a lot of slow mons, which are actually, I'm speed creeping with Brood Bonnet, so hopefully I can land Spore and deal some good damage with it, or switch out into Mixerido and set up with Substitute and Sword Stance. Next up is going to be our Saitama, which is our Choice Spec Aftermath Electro, carrying the Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Terra Blast, Fighting actually, and Explosion. So he doesn't have a really good switching to this thing, except for Tyranitar, which that's what we are carrying. Terra Blast Fighting. Actually, Terra Blast Fighting one-hit KOs Urshifu as well, so that's super good. I plan on leading with this thing, except, and if he leads Conkeldurrs, I expect him to be Terra Ground, so I'm going to switch out if he does and go into Melodic. Otherwise, I'm going to be hitting a full switch or Terra Blast if he leads Urshifu. If he leads Urshifu, I actually expect him to be Choice Card, so let's see how we do in that regard. So Electrode, I expect to do a lot of damage, actually chip his mons in order for Garchomp to only need 1 Sword Stance in order to strip. That would be amazing actually. So also what I didn't mention from Garchomp is that if I go into Screamtail and he goes into Sinistcha, I can anchor him into Calm Mind, or into Calm Mind. I can switch into Garchomp and actually there set up as well, because behind light screens I don't think he can break my substitute in one hit, so that's also super good. And finally we have Devora, our Iron Moth. I brought it this week as well with heavy duty boots in order to be able to switch in and out, because he has really good defensive answers to this in the form of Snorlax and actually Tyranitar. And the moveset is going to be Flamethrower, Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball, and Toxic Spice. So Dazzling Gleam hits one-hit KOs Urshifu, Energy Ball deals some damage to that Tyranitar, which can be especially defensive. Flamethrower does solid damage into pretty much all his team, and Toxic Spikes is going to be there. So if we get a free turn, we can set Toxic Spikes, and he has a really tough time dealing with those, because his form of hazard removal is actually Regieleki, which I'm happy if he brings, or Peasantipity, which is not so good into our team at all. So that's our team for week 1. Thank you guys for coming. Please hit like, subscribe, and comment down below. If you want to keep seeing my videos, click that bell icon. And thank you. Let's go into the battle. Bye. Let's go, guys. I'm ready to start searching against Lionel. Hopefully this works out as we planned. So, trying to connect with Lionel here. It looks like we found him. I'm going to take a picture of his team. No Urshifu, interesting. No Urshifu, alright, so Sinista, Titar, Bronson, Snorlax, Conk, and Volcarona. So I think we're just going to lead with Saitama as we planned, and if he leads Conkeldurrs, I think I'm just going to switch out here. Otherwise, I will Volt switch probably. So also he can lead with Bronson. If that happens, actually he can Volt switch into my Springtail and anchor it on the move he wants to throw at me. Let's go. Let's go. So let's see what he leads with. Bronson. Alright. So he might want to throw some screens here. Let's see what he wants to do. Let's just Volt switch here. We do about 40%, I guess. And let's go into screening. We can anchor it. This is Springtail the better option here. So what can he do? He can do rocks probably, and we can anchor him. Worst case scenario is if he goes for Gyro Ball. Though I don't think he would. I really don't think he would. So if he didn't bring Regieleki, we're going to have to set up in front of Sinistcha. Oh, lagging tail. Yeah. Yeah, I knew. I knew it. So I think we're just going to go and set. What would be better for me here? Probably a Reflect. Yeah, probably a Reflect. So he withdraws, alright. He was probably expecting the Anchor. Alright, so this is Viredu. I'm just going to go ahead and go into... So he wants to set up. I think we can actually... I don't think this thing can touch us, so I think I'm going to throw an Anchor here. Hopefully cut him going for Dragon Dance. Or do I set up a LED screen? Let's see. Let's see. So I can definitely go into Slipknot. But that wouldn't be so good. I could also go... Now let's go an Anchor here. I do expect him to actually go for the Dragon Dance. Ice Punch. Oh yeah, alright. He doesn't do shit. So that's super fine for us. Now we can switch into so he doesn't have a spinner. I can switch into Deborah here. Now that he's anchored, and we're going to go for the Toxic Spikes. So he withdraws. What does he go into? Bronson. Alright, so this is a pretty bad switch for him. We're just going to go and set Toxic Spikes here. So he withdraws again. And he will not have anything to deal with this. Who's deleting? Alright. Probably is carrying the curse, I would guess. If that's the case, we're going to go straight ahead and go into our nuts here. So I should have expected lagging tail from him. I think when we battled once, he also did the same. Alright, that does shit. That does shit. We're going to set up another reflect here, and then go for a light screen. So what can he do now? He can switch out into something. What's that? Alright. So he's probably rest talk. Can we go into Mixerido? So how much does it do to us? Behind leg, the reflect. So Snorlax. Let's see his max attack. Behind the reflect with Facade, it's not doing much, to be honest. So I think we go into Mixerido here. Yeah, let's try to go into that. Alright, he's doing 20 something. 152. $27. So I think we're just going to try here to substitute. Yeah. It's going for Bronson. We set up a substitute. Let's try to go here for... He doesn't have the lagging tail anymore, so we're just going to Sword Stand here. What does he attack us with? That's the real question. All those. Alright, that thing should be doing like nothing. Okay, he doesn't break our stuff. Alright. So we should be good here to try to sweep him. We're going to go for another Sword Stance. And then we're going to crunch. Because at +2 we should be killing everything with actually with our... I mean, actually I could actually set up another sub if I want to. Oh, he doesn't kill it here. So he's cooked, I think. Do I go for another? No, I think it's time to go for crunch. Because we want max defense Bronson. Let's see. Stalker. So he's max defense ball. And we are at +4. Yeah, we should kill with crunch here every time. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Alright, so that's one for GARCHOMP. Killing Bronson. With crunch. Let's see what he cooks for us. Too hot. Alright, so that thing gets poisoned. And is he Terra Fairy? So let's hit it with this Terra Fairy. Let's see, T-Bots in his chat. Oh man. So, he's Terra Perry. We should be killing with an Earthquake here. Otherwise, how much are we doing? We're 2-hit KOing anyways. So, unless he's Terra Flying, I think he's cooked here. Yeah, alright. So we should be killing here. Alright, that's another one for GARCHOMP. So Chomp, Gar, heal, T-Boy. So who was pillaging? Oh, this thing. I think we're just going to Earthquake it. We just go for Earthquake again. We're at +4, so I don't think he lives here. Yeah, so GARCHOMP gets another one. Snorlax. So this is going as planned. Doing Mox actually helps here. Thank you to Oldmont here for helping me with Mox. So GARCHOMP looks like he's going to take it all. It's going to take it all. So he sends Viradu to kill, to die. Because there's no way, unless this is Focus Sash. So a Sashmon is the only thing that can help him here. So I really doubt this is, yeah, no Focus Sash here. So GARCHOMP heal Titar. Looks like, oh, if this is the first time I actually get Amon to do this much for me. So mods do work in the end. So this is probably not alright. Another one for GARCHOMP and Conkeldurrs is the last thing to go here. I knew GARCHOMP would be really good in this matchup. I didn't know it was going to be this good though. So, does GARCHOMP bring it home? It does indeed! Man, this was crazy! So the mods paid out actually. That was really good. I'm sorry this happened, Lionel. I prepped really hard for this one. I needed that win and get that differential back for me. So thank you guys for coming. If you like this battle, please hit like, subscribe, and comment down below. Hit that bell icon to get my notifications, and see you next time. Bye.